Okay, let's go.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back. I'm Chance the Scaper. This week, I'd like to kind of do a unboxing video slash demonstration slash cleaning of the Oase EcoFlow 100. It is their newest filter to come out. It is an internal filter. It's absolutely amazing. You guys will see all the functions it has and, why they designed it to do the things they designed it to do. And also get a little peek at my FL Biotope, which houses not the one we're unboxing, but a one that I received previously. And we'll get to see how gunky it is inside of it. But first, let's go ahead and take a peek at what we did last week, which was we cleaned my 60S, which is right behind me, my Ginga Rubra tank. If you guys are at a local fish store, wherever you are, or cruising online and you see Ginga Rubras available, I would totally pick up some Ginga Rubras. They are phenomenal fish, absolutely beautiful. I can't say enough things about these fish. They're like a heart fish to me. These ones were gifted to me actually by one of our customers at the store at Badfish, which makes them even more sentimental. They're very nice fish. So thank you, Joyce, if you ever happen to watch this. Thank you. But as you can see, tank is doing good, super clear, looking real nice. No issues at all. Filter's still doing its thing. This actually is the evap that I had since I did that video. So, about an inch almost. So I'll probably top that off tonight just to make sure that it stays at a good level. I like to keep my tanks topped off. I don't like to let them get low. I'm very fond of keeping the environment as stable as possible. And I feel like you do that by keeping the water the same volume. Very easy parameter to control. So that's how I do it. Let's go ahead and I'll show you guys that filter now. Alright, so here we are with the Oase EcoFlow 100. And today, as we talked about earlier, I'm going to just do a quick unboxing and go over some of the features it has and, why it was designed the way it was designed and how those features benefit me in my own personal hobby with the FL Biotope tank. Alright, so let's open this up and see how it is. Right. So this filter, as I said, it's my absolute favorite internal filter that I've ever used. It is extremely easy to clean, extremely easy to place, extremely easy to set up. It comes included with this media bag here, which is going to be your biological media. This fits inside the customizable media cartridge that we will go over here in just a second. It has all your fun manuals that talks about the whole EcoFlow family. Nice little guarantee book, and that's the other nice thing about all the Oase products is that they do carry a 3-year guarantee on it, and if you register it, makes it a little easier to deal with that stuff. So this is going to be the mounting plate that goes on there. And these are the suction cups as well as the Venturi system, which is cool. The Bio Plus system, which, this took over it as my favorite internal filter, but the Oase Bio Plus was my favorite filter. I'm looking down there because I have one down there, but we'll see that tank another time. But I love that filter mainly because of the heater insertion. It doesn't have a Venturi system, but it does have the spray bar. So this doesn't have the heater, but it has a Venturi system, and it also has a spray bar. There's some give and take between the two, but in my opinion, this is so much more sleek and slim and easy to tuck behind plants and to, build a scape around and stuff like that I really like this. And the ease of cleaning on both of them is about the same, but, this one, for me, it just is so easy. You'll see it in just a sec. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this open. These are just suction cups in the Venturi system, like I said.
So the suction cups, they go on to the rear mounting plate here. And a lot of people have some issues getting the suction cups on. But if you just put them in and twist in like a clockwise or counterclockwise position, rotation, they'll slide right in. So like you don't have to sit here and force them or anything like that. I just take them and I kind of just give them a spin, like so. So with a gentle push. And if they don't go in right away, you just keep spinning. And then look at that, they pop in. But don't force it. It's just, it's a plastic. It's a strong plastic. But I mean, if you're like an average gym goer, you could snap this pretty easy, I think. I don't go to the gym, so I'm not worried about it. So there we go. It's all on there. On the back here, you'll see this nice little notch. The plate goes right on. And that's that. That's it. I could now put this in and run it if I wanted to, but I'm going to disassemble it and show you guys the inside. So we'll pop this open, and this is how you would clean it too. So this is magnetic. That's, again, awesome feature about this. And they did this for your ease of cleaning. This was for the consumer, for us, for the hobbyists, to make our lives easier when we have to clean our filters, which hopefully you clean your filters regularly. So this right here, magnetic, pops right off. Inside of here, this first cartridge, there's this little blue, I guess, screw, knob that you turn rather. And this opens up the customizable media pouch. So, you would go ahead and pour this in there. I'm not going to do this now. I plan on using this for a demo for a club, in the future. So I'm not going to fully set it up right now, but just go ahead and pour it in there. Get it going. Put this back on, make sure it clips down, give it a little turn, and snug it. You don't have to try to over tighten it or anything. It's locked once it's snug. Then inside here, you have the ever so prominent blue Oase sponge filter. The PPI escapes me right now. I'll put it into the text on the bottom of the screen when I remember it. But you have 1 and 2 sponges. Both of these sponges are, again, I'll put the PPI in the text, but both of these sponges are going to be your mechanical filtration in your filter. They are going to catch any kind of organic debris, stuff like that, and pre-process it and allow for your biological media to do all the nitrifying and all that fun stuff, as well as work in coherence with the biological media that establishes in your aquascape or breeding tank or planted tank, whatever you want to call it, whatever you're using it for. Then, after you got all that set up, I would, give everything a nice rinse in your tap or in a bucket of RO or whatever you feel preference to do, but just rinse it off. I mean, these are a little dusty, and I imagine that they would, kick a little dust into the system. And I'm going to show you probably the coolest feature about the EcoFlow, and this is throughout the whole family of the EcoFlow. They all do this, not just the 100. But not only does this have a full 180-degree rotation, it's not the only way that you have output in this on this filter. So with a simple twist of this knob, and you can see the blue blocking it off there, that's going to convert this over to here. That's going to turn this into a spray bar, which is really cool. I love the spray bar setting. It, cascades more. It makes more surface agitation. I really love the spray bar setting. Or if you need some more flow in a particular direction of your aquarium, you can switch it back to this here. And then you can have full, again, 180-degree rotation. Aim it wherever you like in your aquarium. If you have a piece of hardscape over here and you don't want to have it being blasted by flow, you can rotate it over here. If you have plants that are very delicate and flowy and you don't want to blow them over, you can rotate it over here. If you're like me and you like your plants to kind of cascade, you can switch it simply by turning a knob to a spray bar. So that's probably the coolest feature I think that is on here, apart from, of course, that, which will show you how cool that is when you have to do maintenance. By far, an amazing design. So another cool thing about this filter is it actually won an award. It's an award-winning filter. It won an award called the IF Design Award in 2025. Very cool award to get. It's selected by a panel of international experts, and the EcoFlow stood out for its smart engineering, elegant aesthetics, and user-friendly functionality. So, I mean, it's really top-notch all around, and it's not just me saying this. There's a panel of international experts who said this, so you know it's good then, right? International experts are always on it. So I'm going to go ahead now and I'll show you it in action. We'll go ahead and go over to my Florida Biotope tank, and we'll take a peek in there. We'll kind of talk about it a little bit and show you the filter in action. And well, hello there. Here it is. So this is my Florida Biotope here. It is in a 60 centimeter aquarium. It's been up for about a year. Prior to running the EcoFlow, I had the BioPlus. I think it was the BioPlus 100 or 50. I can't remember which one. I had one of those in here and it was doing great, but I wanted to switch it for something that was a little more sleek, and then along came the EcoFlow right at the perfect time. And it is just perfect back there. Plant-wise in here, I have some Juncus repens, some Vallisneria americana, and some Hydrocotyle luciflora. Brazilian pennywood. That one. It's like the one name that I just I goof up. So go ahead, poke at me for it. I'll get it eventually. And all the driftwood in here and stuff like that, that's all stuff that has been, collected and found. The sand I sifted. I do have aqua soil underneath the sand, so that way I could, have plants and stuff like that. But everything else in here for the most part is collected. So true biotope. Even the fish that are in here, there are some, these Chile fish in here. There's also some swamp darters and, there's some Elisoma gilberti somewhere. Those things hide like crazy. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump in and show you guys some of the features on the EcoFlow 100 here. Pardon my knees. They're nice though. Enjoy them. So as I was talking about before, I like to run it on the spray bar mode. I'm just going to pull it up so you can see it, right there. And I'll put it back down. But you can also, like I said, with a turn of a knob here, you could put it onto the single outlet mode. And you see it has like a different effect. It still gets good circulation regardless of, where it's positioned. But because I have this put into the dead middle of the aquarium, I do like the spray bar function because the spread of the water, the flow is a lot more congruent over the scape. I mean, you can see it. There's not much going on as far as detritus or mold, even though I have a whole bunch of leaves and stuff in here. The front of the tank was maintained because the flow is kind of pushing everything to its back. And that's my responsibility to maintain the back. So, siphoning and all that fun stuff. But just to show you the 180 degree turning of the outflow here, I'll even bring it up a little bit. It's just as simple as going like this and like this. And you can aim it wherever you like, have it black wherever you like. There we go. And kind of play with the effect of it, like if I were to have this tank somewhere that I was staring at all the time, I would probably mess with this a bit to where I would find what is the most aesthetically pleasing to me, and I would keep it on that. But for functionality purpose, again, I like the spray bar. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a quick look at how easy it is to clean. I just use a little dip cup here hanging on there. And like I said, it's magnetic, so I could just pop this off like this, pull this out, carry it over, lift it, front of the glass is clean. It's still running, so there's still flow in the aquarium, so if you had it and you're using it as a Venturi style, it would in fact still be kicking oxygen. Maybe I'll hook up the Venturi to it so you guys can see it. So I got my hose on. First things first, I'm going to show you that I have nothing in my media basket. I guess I didn't put the media inside my media basket, which is fine. If I wanted to, I could throw those clay guys in here now, or not. It's been running fine without it. So first thing's popped off here. I can already see that it's pretty gross. I'm just going to put that piece in there and I'll spray it out separately. Second piece, it does require a little bit of a tug to get it off. But again, I haven't popped these open. I imagine that gets a little easier with time. And it's pretty gross. So definitely glad I decided to do this video today. And that's just more evidence that there's no pre-cleaning here. You guys get to see it as it is. So I'm just blasting it out. And even though it was so filthy, you saw it still had such good flows. Like, this thing's pretty gross. And it still had really good flow. You know, most filters, when they're getting all gunked up and clogged up like that, they lose flow. So I got that blasted out. That back in here. Now this one, let's see. That's the good stuff. Like, I should have dumped that on the plant. So just blasting it all out. It sprays off super easy. If you wanted to, you could do this in your sink, but make sure, like, if you have a significant other, they're
not
okay
home,
with that.
or he's not home.
Yeah, that they're not home, or that they don't care. Mine doesn't care. We rinse all sorts of gross stuff off in our sink if anybody wants to come over for dinner one day. I just do it outside so you guys could see a little bit of the outside, and it's nice out. It's not too hot right now. It just rained. Smells good. It smells like rain. Just to give you some sensory perspective of what I'm dealing with as I'm soaking myself with a hose. But yeah, it's all rinsed out now. Snapped back together very easily. And I guess while I'm out here, just to show you guys, another really cool feature is that these don't necessarily have to go together as like the way they were. You can customize this completely. So if you want to run, one forward, one intake forward and one intake backwards, you can. If you want to run them both backwards, you can. If you want to switch them to both forwards, you can. It works either way. For me, I like to run it with the intakes to the back of the glass because I have all those plants in front of it and I just don't, want to deal with plants getting sucked into my filter. So that's how I do it, but you could run it either way. It's going to have the same end result for you, which is great. All right, so we're back in the fish room, and I'm going to go ahead and just snap this back on, or not even really snap it. Not even really any kind of snapping. I do kind of rotate it a little bit to get the air out of it, but just go right underneath it, and it kind of grabs it itself. It even grabs my juncus a little bit, but that's okay. So there, it's back on. The flow is flowing, as you can see. We have good flow. I'm going to get that little hydrotidal piece now. I'm not going to let it get away. And yeah, filter's cleaned. It was, again, super easy to do. It pops right off. I got a little more wet doing it because I went out and used the hose. But again, using your sink or even in a bucket, however you want to do it, that works. My water from my hose is from my RO system, so I'm not worried about chlorine or chloramines or any of that jazz. My water is the same water that I use for my water changes. It's a reverse osmosis that goes through a calcite chamber that comes out with a pH of 2 and a TDS of like 30. So that's my water. That's what I shower into. That's what all of this water is. So I spray everything off with it. So I decided to hook up the Venturi just to show you guys that this is what it looks like with the Venturi system running. It's definitely kicking O2 down into the system, which is great. I may leave it like this. I don't know. I kind of like it. I like the little bubble effect. It's cool. But very simple, just snaps right onto the face of it. I did it while it was on and didn't have any repercussions of, negativity happen. But I do recommend, if you're gonna run the Venturi, just snap it on before you plug it in, or you can snap it on while it's on. And guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed the unboxing video and little demonstration plus how to clean it, of the EcoFlow 100. If you would like to read more about it, maybe look at the specs for each one of the EcoFlows in the EcoFlow family, you can visit the link below, and that will take you directly to the landing page for the EcoFlow, where you can even order direct from Oase. I hope you guys liked it. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see next from Oase be unboxed.